other than the fact that the winner will go through to China and the loser will simply either go home or, in the case of Puerto Rico, stay home. Which, as you can see right now, Puerto Rico currently sitting in third place. A win will guarantee them to stay there in third, while Uruguay, a win for them will see them go ahead of Puerto Rico, and they will go through themselves, and then it will be down to a fact of it being the best fourth place finisher. Now, in the case of Uruguay, they have to win tonight to go through to give themselves any chance, but Dominican Republic, if their situation doesn't work out too well and Puerto Rico lose tonight, then Puerto Rico could go through as a top fourth place finisher, but we will see how events fold out tonight for them. Well, currently Dominican Republic are playing Brazil at the moment at home, so it really is for them a must-win as well, to say the least. But nonetheless, if, of course, Uruguay beat Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic win, then Puerto Rico will not go through. So really, either of these two teams' destiny is in their hands tonight. A win tonight will be an automatic qualification through third place. Uruguay don't have that fortune if they lose, so for them, they have no choice but to win. Puerto Rico do not want to take that chance if they finish in fourth place by not winning here tonight. Well, we're in a sellout crowd right now. I mean, the expectations, the bragging rights, but more importantly, the tickets for China are on the line. Well, we're in the Coliseo Roberto Clemente. It is simply a sellout here, and it's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we get set to stand for the national anthem of these two teams.
Para escuchar los himnos nacionales de Uruguay y Puerto Rico. La tierra de Borinquen, donde nacido yo, es un jardín florido de mágico primor, un cielo siempre nítido le sirve de dosel y dan arrullos plácidos las olas a sus pies, cuando a sus playas llegó Colón. Exclamó lleno de admiración, esta es la linda tierra que busco yo. Es Borinquen la hija del mar y el sol, 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 del mar y el sol.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems have been sung between these two teams. The players now will shake hands, pay each other the homage, give each other the accolades. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are literally 5 minutes away from tip-off as we get set for the final match. But remember, winner goes to China, loser packs their bags, and we'll only have to use the summer to watch how the other team does. Again, Uruguay coming off the back of a very disappointing loss against Mexico only a few days ago here in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. So no doubt in their mind there, the traveling fans making the trip over probably from Montevideo to see their team triumph, hopefully. And who knows, maybe they can think after this game, get the savings out, start to book some tickets to head out for the FIBA World Cup in China. Will be interesting to see how these two teams come out, of course. I mean, both renowned for their fast break basketball. I mean, Uruguay is renowned for its down-low play, not to mention the physicality on defense. So it's going to be a tight matchup between these two, to say the least. And ladies and gentlemen, our referees tonight are Michael Whelan, Marcos Benito, and Americo Rodriguez, coming from Venezuela, Brazil, and Canada. We're very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so here tonight for the final game of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Well, Matias Calfani now having featured for San Lorenzo de Almagro in the Liga de las Americas. No doubt tonight he'll be partnered alongside Gustavo Barrera, and Hatil Passos hasn't featured in a lot of games so far here in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. No doubt we'll see the big man Batista. Surely he'll make the starting lineup. Well, Batista, Parodi, Barrera, Calfani, and Fittipaldo all make a very strong Uruguay backcourt there. So it'll be a matter of how well they get out on the fast break, but more importantly, how well they shoot from the perimeter. Well, in the last window, Uruguay's last game was against the United States of America, where they're at home in Montevideo. They almost came out with a victory. Well, Ricky Sanchez now, 32 years of age, coming towards the end of his prime now. Having some good games so far in his professional career. No doubt in his mind, he'll be leading the way for these boys here in Puerto Rico. Again, another team that prolifically live and die by the three-pointer. Well, Sanchez, John Holland, Gary Brown, Jorge Brian Diaz, and David Huertas will make the starting lineup for this Puerto Rican national team. Remember, all is on the plate tonight. Everything, all the sweat and tears the last 15 months. Who knew it would come down to this last game? The winner takes it all. They'll go to the FIBA World Cup in China. The loser will stay home this coming summer, and they'll have to watch from their living room. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just cannot stress the importance, the blood, sweat, and tears, the coaching staff, the players, the fans. This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Well, Coach Magnano now knows one game away, he could be at the FIBA World Cup. Well, Cassiano, no, he's got to keep a game face on tonight. I mean, the more pressure is going to be on him tonight. Of course, they're in front of their home fans. A lot of people would have looked at Uruguay coming here on the road, but sometimes when you got to win a game, you got to give it everything, especially in front of your home fans. It can be a lot to play in front of. So no doubt, he's probably got his boys fired up. But right now, it's about composure. Well, there you can see he's trying to tell his players already, go out there, enjoy the occasion. Don't stress too much. Go through the motions, but more importantly, just enjoy it. Make a day that your children remember. Well, there's the man of the hour, of course, Dalmu, a legend in these lands. What a privilege we have to have him courtside, and no doubt the fans will pay their homage to him. And he'll be looking on to see which one of these two teams will go on. Well, Batista now coming of age, of course, but don't let that fool you, of course. You saw in the game against the United States, just too big, just too strong. Caught a few alley-oops in that game as well. Could be a big hand for Puerto Rico. And again, for him, when he wears down a lot, that's when they bring in Hatil Passos. Fittipaldo, no doubt, his perimeter shooting will play dividends tonight here. Well, interesting to see we haven't got Santiago Vidal in the starting lineup. And again, in a couple of games, he has come off the bench. But again, a player of his magnitude, quickness on the ball. And again, although he's a set shooter, definitely does move up and down the court very explosively. There's Ricky Sanchez, the big man who likes to shoot it from downtown. I've always tried to figure out what position Ricky Sanchez really plays. I mean, he's 6'11", plays a center role, but he's more of a four stretch three when you think about how much he does on the perimeter. Well, tip is underway and Big Ricky gets it. And now Puerto Rico have the first possession. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's all on the table tonight. Well, important thing for these two teams now as he takes it all the way to the basket, has to kick it out. Three in the corner from Holland. Holland puts it up, and he sinks the tray early. Well, that's a good start now from Puerto Rico. Early penetration kick out. Uruguay have to respond. Well, just listen to these fans, ladies and gentlemen. Just listen to the atmosphere. Calfani now on the ball. Has to take Ricky in. Calfani all the way. Doesn't get it. Brown with the rebound now. He can push in transition. Brown shakes and bakes down the middle. Little teardrop. Doesn't get it. Batista with a big rebound. And now Uruguay can push down the other end. Now Uruguay have not made it at the world stage of basketball since 1986. So this game, so important for them. Batista backs down, middle, big man, gotta go up with it, gets rejected. Ricky Sanchez said, not in my house. And now Holland here in transition, gonna go all the way to the basket. Holland doesn't get it. And that's two misses now for Puerto Rico. Again, gotta finish it underneath the basket. Barrera now is gonna go hand off with Perotti. Downloaded Batista. Well, Batista got blocked on his last play. This is what caused the United States a few problems. Batista all the way, gets the and one, and the big man's gonna go to the free throw line to make it a three-point play. Well, it's just a strong, strong move by Esteban Batista. Just using the size, physicality, one little bump in the lane, and the finger roll. And he just waves the finger. Well, big man left-handed caused the United States a lot of problems in their loss in the last window. Makes the free throw. Ties the game up here in the early stages. Well, Brown almost loses the ball. Well, Brown's got to get the ball over. A foul off the ball there. You can see it's on. Only foul down Gustavo Barrera. Well, Barrera's got to keep his head now. Doesn't want to get into any altercations with the officials. Just got to play basketball. You got to win tonight. Well, baseline ball now. Brown's going to inbound it for Puerto Rico. Gets into Ricky Sanchez. Got it by Calfani. Crosses over now. Great defense. Comes out for the double screen help. Kick it out. Sanchez. Good ball reversal. Well, gets him with a pump fake. Pulls up from 19 feet. Sinks the jump shot. Well, Gary Brown now just going to work off the dribble. Calfani now on the ball, looking for options. Well, they want to go to Batista. They download big man now. Big man looking for options, has to kick it out. 4 on the shot clock, turns it over. Brown with the steal. Brown all the way. Transition, doesn't get it. Well, they tip it out of bounds there. You can see Barrera unable to hold the rebound, but Gary Brown's got to finish it. Brown now inbounds the ball for Puerto Rico to get the ball in. Huertas now. Huertas takes it down the middle, wants to take it in the post, spins around, doesn't get it. And now Fittipaldo can push in transition. Gives up to Barrera. Cross-court pass, get a hand to it. Well, Sanchez just doing enough to get back in transition. Well, that was going to be Luciano Perotti for a wide-open three. Well, Ricky Sanchez just making that little effort just to get back in defense. Now they get to Calfani. Barrera looking for options. Well, love pass inside. They don't get it to him. They turn it over. And now Brown in transition. All the way. Lob pass under the basket. It's got to go up with it. Big man. Well, it's got to be a traveling violation. Well, goes up, gets a hand up. And again, pays the price there. Jorge Brian Diaz just can't finish it. We can see now this game just getting a bit of flavor here in the early stages. But again, the nerves. Already Uruguay, 2 turnovers. Puerto Rico, that's their first turnover of the game. Goes baseline now. Good look to him. Underneath, Batista, bit of contact. Big man can't get it. Well, he can't finish. And he's arguing with the official, but got to get back now. Holland, shake and bake now. He's got to kick it out. Brown now looks dangerous, crosses over, kicks out to Holland. Holland with a pump fake, goes baseline. Will they steal it? Transition. Well, he's got the speed all the way. Reverse layup, finishes it in transition. Luciano Perotti, cool as you like, with the reverse right-handed layup. And Perotti with the steal and then laid it up in transition now. Gary Brown. Another foul off the ball. This time it's on Fittipaldo, but well, here was the turnover and the steal. Look at him just going in there. And look how he finishes in transition. Avoids the block. Reverse layup. I mean, that's just a pro's move right there. Fittipaldo now picks up his first personal foul of the game. And Uruguay got to maintain the heads every call. They're arguing with the officials right now. Just got to play basketball. Under the basket, Holland, good space, gets rejected. Well, Batista sent back down, not in my house. Transition now, Uruguay fakes the pass. Oh my Lord, what a beautiful play. Gustavo Barrera. I mean, that pass was like Carlos Arroyo back in 2004 when he made Amari Stoudemire fall over back in the Athens Olympics. I mean, that was just as beautiful as it gets. Holland now gets a ball reversal. Brown now going to go pick and roll with Diaz. Comes off a screen, pulls up from 18 feet. Gary Brown sinks it from the mid-range. Again, he's hit 2 jump shots already, and now just starting to believe in himself a little better now. Comes off one screen now, looking for a roll. Uses another one from Batista, and again, he's not using the pick and roll very effectively. Well, curls the screen, shoots it. Batista, well, lost the ball. And again, now Big Ricky, transition, gives the ball up. Well, Brown had the shot, pulls up from mid-range again. Gary Brown, this man is El Senor Clutch. He doesn't miss a jump shot from the mid-range. He's now 3 for 5 from the field. Perotti now on the ball. Can't pick this dribble up. Batista underneath, good pass. Well, Calfani's got to go up with it. Calfani, dang, puts up the floater, the little teardrop, doesn't get it. Diaz secures a rebound, and now Brown in transition. 3 up, the 3 is up off the backboard, doesn't get it. And again, was that the right option? Well, remember, of these 2 teams, Puerto Rico, if they lose, depending on how results go in the other group, and if they finish 4th place, could still qualify, but Uruguay have no choice. They've got to win tonight. Batista bangs around, goes up with it, and another and one for the big man. Well, again, Batista, again, doesn't play a lot of minutes, of course, for endurance, but Batista's just going to work right now. He's now up to 5 points. I mean, as soon as he gets it, little bump, reverse with his left hand, and one. Just gets the drop. Well, now Puerto Rico have to make an early change. They're bringing Ramon Clemente in. Clemente's going to have to give Ricky Sanchez, who picks up his 2nd personal foul. Well, gets the free throw drop. Probably would have had to retake the free throw with the early entry from Diaz, but gives Uruguay a 1-point lead. Comes off one screen now. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field. You see right now Perotti not giving him any time or space. They don't want him to shoot the ball. Another steal. Calfani transition. Calfani bumps in the lane. Draws a foul. Fouls on the ground, so we'll be baseline ball to Uruguay. Well, Puerto Rico looking a little bit nervous now on the ball. Again, they got to play with a bit more confidence. Move it a little quicker. Get a few more penetrations, but again, Uruguay just so physical in defense. Hands in the passing lanes. Both these 2 teams, 3 turnovers a pair now. Into Calfani now with a handoff. Fittipaldo now looking for options, has to kick out. Perotti gets him up in the air, pulls up from the mid-range, takes from 15 feet, a little bit short. Brown with a rebound now, he can slow it down. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Well, Holland now really's got to take him on. 6 on the shot clock now. He's got to get something going to the basket. Down low, Diaz has got to shoot it. 15 feet, gets a drop. No, he doesn't. Under the basket, gets another block. And now Calfani, it's a 3-on-3 situation. Calfani, Eurostep, didn't know what to do. Gets his own rebound, got to go up with it. Off the backboard, Uruguay with the offensive rebound. Matias Calfani, the man who plays for San Lorenzo de Almagro. Well, that's his first 2 points of the game. Again, you can see right now Uruguay looking a little bit tired, even though they're getting out on the break, but Brown goes pick and roll now with Clemente. Down low to Clemente. Another steal. Batista with a hand in the passing lane. Uruguay transition. Well, Puerto Rico steal it. No, they don't. Batista now comes up with it. Well, he's got a wide open shooter. Goes up with it. A 3rd and 1 for Batista. He's going to go to the free throw line now for his 3rd 3-point play. Well, now Puerto Rico have got to make another change. Well, they've had to go to the bench deep now already here in the first quarter because Esteban Batista is just punishing them. Well, there was a steal. Batista came up with it, took it baseline. Well, he had one thing on his mind. Open shooter to his left. No, he's going up for the and one. And you can look how tired Batista looks already. I mean, this guy is just the jackhammer. Mr. Muscles, the big show. Doesn't make the 3-point play. Now Uruguay forcing Puerto Rico to go to the bench. Now you got Mojica into the game, so Puerto Rico have to respond here. Again, looking very, well, puts it between his legs, got to take it in the lane. Almost turns it over again. 2 on the shot clock, he's got to shoot it. Doesn't get the shot up, 24-second violation, and the Uruguayan defense is causing Puerto Rico all sorts of problems. Oh, with no Gary Brown in the lineup right now. We've got Devin Collier in there, but Zion Clavel as well. I mean, other players got to step up now. Well, Esteban Batista going to the bench, but Batilla Passos comes into the game. Curls the screen now in the lane, puts up a little teardrop. The teardrop is good. Well, right now, it is all Uruguay because it's Luciano Parodi with the teardrop. I mean, that's just as good as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. Uruguay right now in total control of this one.
Hey, they got intensity more than us, and we should want it more than them. Especially talking, if he's going to hedge, who's going to be jumping? He hedges, and I'm not in the paint. We're not jumping early. We switching, but we're not talking. We switch and we lead.
Gary Brown's leading points and rebounds right now, but he's on the bench at the moment because he's got into a little bit of foul trouble. Which means Carlos Rivera, Javier Mojica's got to step up along with Devin Collier as well.
Hey, use your body.
No surprise to see Batista leading the point scoring so far for Uruguay. Again, Uruguay already 14 points in the paint. I mean, they're not selling for 3-point shots like they did against the United States, but and they are looking good at the moment. They're looking confident. It all starts with the defense from Uruguay. Ball pressure, hands in the passing lane. I mean, this is a team that just wants to win right now, and Puerto Rico have to respond. Comes off the screen now, looking for options. Tries to take it baseline, puts up a long floater, doesn't get it. Well, Passos can't get the rebound, goes out of bounds. It will be Puerto Rico ball. Well, Attila Passos, veteran player, usually coming off the bench to relieve Batista. Well, Clemente has to pass it out now. Rivera now looking for options, has to pass it up. Mojica goes in, Mojica goes in the layup, doesn't get it. Calfani with a rebound, and now Uruguay can break. Fittipaldo gives up to Perotti, Perotti for three. Tres puntos, por favor. Sinks a triple in transition. Well, the assist comes from Bruno Fittipaldi as Luciano Perotti sinks a triple. It's the first three of the game now for Uruguay. Well, Mojica curls the screen, pump fakes. Collier, a bit of contact, forces one up, nothing of it. And again, right now, Puerto Rico, not a lot of options. Uruguay can slow this one down now with a minute to go here in the first quarter. Well, completely throws it away. Well, here's the rebound, but again, watch the transition now. Gets it on the lane now. Fittipaldo gives up, and Perotti sinks the high arc three-pointer, nothing but net. Uruguay take a 10-point lead. Well, Santiago Vidal now make it to the semifinals last year and winning the bronze in Liga de las Americas. Currently playing in Argentina, so surprised not to see him in the starting lineup. I mean, he's a very explosive point guard, very quick. Down the middle, well, had a shot that didn't take. Calfani tries a three, doesn't get it. And now Mojica can push in transition for Puerto Rico. Tries to come off the screen now, doesn't get it. And Mojica unsure what to do. Spacing right now from Puerto Rico, just not good enough. Clemente gets caught in a double team, has to kick it out. Puts up a prayer, deep one, doesn't get it. Clemente goes in for an offensive rebound and gets fouled on the ground. Well, that's a bit better now. Of course, I mean, the shot wasn't great, but again, going in for the second opportunity. Big man Ramon Clemente just giving Puerto Rico another chance. And the foul was on the ground, so it will be a baseline ball to Puerto Rico. Gonna run this one down now. 7 seconds to go here. Gonna go pick and roll. Doesn't use the screen, tries to split it. Shoots it, no. Offensive foul. And now Uruguay, with 1.5 seconds left, will have one last chance to get one more shot off. Remember, Puerto Rico can still qualify if they lose this game, but Dominican Republic, who currently play Brazil, will have to lose by a certain amount of point difference. But again, Puerto Rico won't want to take that chance. Well, puts a last shot up in the first quarter off the shot clock. And at the end of the first, it is a visitors Uruguay in total control. This one 19-9 against the host Puerto Rico. Well, both teams now 1 for 3 from the perimeter, but right now it's all about the points in the paint right now as Uruguay made 7 field goals within the rainbow. Again, Puerto Rico, not the start they would have come out to right here in the early stages. Again, he's got a few foul trouble issues right now with his big man, Ricky Sanchez and Diaz. So he's gonna have to go to his bench earlier, which he would not have wanted. And there's negotiating with the officials, but he's got to keep his head, and his players got to keep his head right now. They got to be collective at a time more than ever this season. They got to depend on each other. They've got to win tonight. So do Uruguay. And they're both gunning for it. Well, now Vidal on the ball. Again, a lot of options they've got here in the backcourt. Barrera, Fittipaldo. And not to mention Vidal as well. Until Passos catches a tough pass. Kicks out to Calfani. Well, they don't turn it over. 4 on the shot clock. Well, puts it behind his back. Kicks out. Big 3. End of the shot clock. Doesn't get it. Calfani with the offensive rebound. And right now, Puerto Rico just can't secure a rebound. 6 on the shot clock now. He's got to get something going. Fittipaldo, well, gets away with a travel. No, he doesn't. Walking violation. Well, it looks spectacular, but again, it was just the uncertainty when he had the ball in his hand. You think about it, Fittipaldo, Parodi, and Vidal. It's a small backcourt, but again, quickness, the speed, and again, these players can all shoot it from the perimeter. It turns it over, ball's on the floor. Jump ball violation. We'll go back to Puerto Rico now. Again, you think about the fact they've got to go to their bench at the moment. They haven't got a lot of options in the backcourt, no real shooters, and again, no Sanchez, no Diaz. So these guys right now on the court, they've got to wear this one down this quarter. Try and chip into this 10-point lead. I mean, 10 points, not a lot in it. But again, the emotions running through the veins right now. The adrenaline. Well, they get the ball inbound now. 6 on the shot clock. He's got to get something going in the basket. Gets a hand up. Another steal. Turns it over. Calfani with a loose ball. Well, the ball's over the floor. Clemente comes up with it. And now Rivera takes in the lane, tries a Euro step. The foul is on the ground, and it looks like it's on Parodi. That's on the first team foul of the second quarter. So it will be a sideline ball to Puerto Rico. It's Parodi's second foul, so they're going to have to go to their bench at the moment. And now they're being Gustavo Barrera back in, and Barrera, sorry, is going to have to play the 3-roll along with Vidal and Fittipaldo on the court. Well, Rivera catches the ball. Now, why would he do that, of course? I mean, Vidal's on the wrong side of him. You got to get inside as a defender. Now, I'm not sure if Rivera had his foot on the line or not, but he's going to go to the free throw line. Again, good coach will always say to you, always be on the inside, back to the basket. Vidal is back to the backcourt. I mean, why does he touch him? He makes the first free throw. Again, you got to think Uruguay's winning this one by 9 points. If you know any little mistake, and again, both teams got to win. You got to play smart. Makes it 2 for 2 from the stripe. Cuts it down to an 8-point ball game. Interesting now is Gustavo Barrera. Going to play point guard role, guarded by Rivera. Passes now, sets a screen. Down low, the big man doesn't catch it. Oh, right idea, but couldn't get the pass. And now you can see already, they're bringing in the jackhammer, the Big Show. Here comes in Esteban Batista. Against the United States, he was simply the best player for Uruguay, but again, for him, it's about getting him in and out of the lineup. A little bit of rest here, a few minutes there of domination. Now Rivera's on the ball, guarded by Santiago Vidal. This game getting a little bit physical between these two teams now. Mojica gets it off. Pick and pop now. Carlier had the jump shot, didn't take it. 5 on the shot clock. Rivera puts it up, doesn't get the and-1. And now he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Again, Uruguayan players Anytime officials making a call that hands up and argue, I mean, you just got to keep it cool, play basketball. And Barrera picks up his second personal. What's a foul? He's got no argument. I mean, Rivera's gone into him. He sliced at him. So now we got a technical foul, I think. Well, it looks like a technical foul has been called. Well, the lineup, it doesn't look like it's been called, but getting the players all backed away from the free throw line. Wasn't quite sure what happened there, but it looked like people were getting animated. But a technical has been called on Uruguay. Again, a game you've got to win. You've got to remain composed. Be cool, but I'm not sure who the tech is on. It looks like it's on Fittipaldo, but and all Uruguay have done is they've allowed Puerto Rico to shoot their way back in this game from the free throw line. And now these fans just getting into this game now. Look doom and gloom, but this five right now on the court doing the job, wearing it down. As he makes it now 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Yeah, just getting back into it now. Calfani. And the ball gives up to Perotti. Down low to Batista. Batista tries to go baseline. He draws a foul. The foul's on Devin Collier. Gets into Vidal now. Vidal reverses it over to Calfani. Will down low to Batista, right where he wanted it. Here comes the double team. Vidal pump fake. Vidal pulls up for 15. Doesn't get it. A big rebound by Clavel. Collier now wide open, 15 feet. 6 a jump shot. And it's now down to a 3-point ball game. Puerto Rico just tipping back at them. And again, Uruguay still arguing with the referees right now. Vidal comes off a screen right to Calfani. Another kick out. Offensive foul. And now Uruguay want to call timeout as they have completely self-destruct now in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter. And Puerto Rico with the second string on the court, just letting them believe again. Well, simply Uruguay have been the architects of their own downfall, if you think about it. I mean, the fouls, the technical. It starts with the coach as well. You've got to keep his players composed. Batista still top scorer. Hasn't scored since the first quarter. Perotti's chipped in 7. Look at that. Puerto Rico haven't scored a single bucket on the fast break. A lot of that's been free throws. Getting back into the game with Rivera.
And you come in, you got to post. Watch his seat. I got the right to the middle. We go
Think about the bench points now working in favor of Puerto Rico, but they've had to go to their bench early with a foul trouble with the likes of Ricky Sanchez and Diaz. Not to mention Brown as well, but Uruguay just not composed enough. Now Rivera on the ball now. He's going to just try and get this thing going for Puerto Rico. Can tie the game up with a three-pointer. Rivera on the ball. Oh, gets a knock over, time and space. All the way to the basket, kicks out to Holland. Versus Rivera, big three, can tie it up. Ties this game up with a big three-pointer. Well, he now moves up to 8 points, but he's 5 for 5 from the free throw line. This man can't shoot it. Fittipaldo gets away with a moving screen there. Got to be careful again. Barrera takes it down the middle, puts it behind his back, steps back with a fadeaway 15, sinks a jump shot. Well, cool as you like. That's the first field goal of the second quarter now for Uruguay. He just gets away with a reach in. Pick and roll, and the ball comes off one screen. It's a hard knock under the basket. Brown got to make it, doesn't finish it. Clemente with a follow-up. Well, that's why you're going for second opportunities as he ties this game up at 21 apiece. Now Vidal on the ball. Fittipaldo wants to go scream with Batista. Kicks out. Calfani's tried 1-3, tries another one, doesn't get it, and a big rebound under the basket. Well, it was a foul. Looks like the foul's on Collier. We think that we haven't even played half of the second quarter, but that's only the second team foul for Puerto Rico. It's now the second personal foul for Collier. So just look how tough a job it is to box out. Well, there's a foul right there to hold on to him. Complete knockover, but look at this for ball movement now. In the lane, ball reversal, Rivera, 6-3 puntos. Well, Fittipaldo now has to go to the bench, take a little bit of a breather. Vidal's on the ball, gives it to Barrera. Crosses over, puts it behind his back. In the lane, kicks in the corner. Well, got him up in the air, didn't take it. This time takes the shot, airballs it. 24-second violation. Well, great defense from Puerto Rico. And now they can take the lead again here, which they haven't done since the early stage of the first quarter. Vidal heavily guarding Rivera. Now any foul will send Puerto Rico to the free throw line. Gives up to Holland. Holland kicks out. Clemente tries a three-pointer. Doesn't get it. We'll hit the top of the backboard, so it's a out-of-bounds violation. Rivera goes to the bench as Brown comes back in. Now this could be problems for Uruguay if he gets going in the backcourt. Puerto Rico with 12 bench points, Uruguay with none. Kicks out Calfani. Well, had the three, didn't take it. Vidal goes all the way in the lane. Kicks out again. Barrera had the shot, hesitated, takes it this time, doesn't get it. And now Puerto Rico can take the lead. It just gets a hand in the passing lanes. Barrera stops it from being a fast break. Now Puerto Rico leading the rebounds right now, 14-13 over Uruguay. Well, the young fellas just come into the game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on the future. Joaquin Rodriguez had a great game in their blowout loss to the USA. And again, a lot of promise with this player, 19 years of age. Steps back now, tries a tough three, doesn't get it. Well, big rebound from Diaz. Again, Batista doesn't block out. Brown takes a three-pointer, doesn't get it. Batista with a rebound. And now Uruguay can slow this one down with just over 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Puerto Rico now 30% from the field, while Uruguay 41. He's wide open, calling for the ball. Spins around, tough play under the basket. What a beautiful 1-2 punch with Barrera and Batista. Well, the BB brothers just going to work. Batista now moves up to 10 points. The assist coming from Gustavo Barrera. Brown now in the lane. Brown, better contact. Circus lab. He didn't even look at the basket, and he still made that shot. Well, Brown just going to work. He now moves up to 8 as he ties this game up at 23 apiece. Corner, Rodriguez for 3. Doesn't get it. They get the offensive rebound. Fresh 14 for Uruguay. Barrera, pick and roll. Underneath the Batista. Batista's got to go up. Kicks out, they got to shoot the 3. Three's up, doesn't get it. Big rebound by Clemente. And now Puerto Rico can push. Crosses over now, no options, has to kick out. This is what Brown wants now. Isolation in the backcourt. Brown steps back underneath the basket. Got to go up with it, can't get it. Well, Uruguay secure the rebound. And now they'll slow this one down with Barrera in the ball. Double high screen now. Barrera comes off one screen. Ball again going for the hard pass, and again Uruguay just not moving the ball as well as he did in the first quarter. As Hatila Passos is going to check back into the game. Calfani's going to take a breather. Now Ricky Sanchez is back in for Puerto Rico, and again, what they don't want is Ricky Sanchez getting any good looks in the perimeter. Kicks out, Hollins made 1-3, makes another one from downtown, nothing but net. Whoa, the three-point flying Dutch makes it 2 for 2 from the perimeter. You can see Barrera doesn't like the pressure from Brown. Pulls up for 3, can tie this game up, doesn't get it. Passos tries to go in, can't get it. Lopez with a rebound, and now Puerto Rico can push. Brown now wants to isolate against the young fella in the lane. Brown with a teardrop. Gary Brown is going to work as he gives Puerto Rico a 5-point lead. Uruguay called timeout with 1:25 to go here in the first half. Well, GB now moves up to 10 points. He's taking this game over. Batista's still their top scorer. He's had 2 points so far here in the second quarter. Oh, he's chipped in 7, but he's on the bench at the moment. Well, he'll be relieved now that his team's responded here in the second quarter. Started with their second string 5, but you know, really Uruguay lost their composure at the beginning of the second quarter. They were in total control of this game. They would lead 19-9 at the end of the first quarter. Gary Brown now 5 for 7 from the field. He's got 10 points, leading the comeback. When he was not leading the comeback, it was Rivera that leading the comeback. Now he's leading the march on to victory. Vidal now playing point guard for Uruguay. Gets in the corner, Fittipaldo, three from the side, sinks a triple. Well, cuts it back down to a 2-point ball game. A big trade there from the Uruguay point guard. And that's his first three of the game. Holland now takes in the lane. Now he's got to kick it out. Well, Holland goes up it. They don't go for the switch. Rodriguez got left to the Lions' den. Now just under a minute to go here. Puerto Rico lead by 4 points. It looks like there's a foul off the ball. It looks like it's on Huertas. That's his first personal foul of the game, so not too much foul trouble for him to worry about, but yeah, 45 seconds. Uruguay can go 2 for 1 here. We're looking for Fittipaldo to get in the corner. Down low to Passos, drops it again. Now it's a 3-on-2 transition. Holland all the way. Oh my Lord, what a dunk! Coast to coast, took it down the middle, and he threw it down. Well, Holland just got the crowd up on their feet with a coast-to-coast dunk. And he took that Clyde Drexler, Dominic Wilkins style. Fittipaldo now on the ball. Back to Fittipaldo. Thought about shooting it. Takes it in. Gives up to Passos. Someone's got to shoot it. Got to take the three. Three's up. Doesn't get it. Now, Puerto Rico. One last shot possibly. Huertas all the way. No foul. No basket. Well, at the end of the first half, Puerto Rico lead this one 32-26. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, look at this transition. I mean, this is truly the Flying Dutchman all the way with a throwdown. He just gives it a touch of Dutch. Well, that is the end of the first half. Puerto Rico, who were dead and buried in the first quarter, all of a sudden come back to life. They want to go to China. And they're 2 quarters away, if it stays like this, from booking the tickets to the FIBA World Cup. And Puerto Rico won the second quarter 23-7. Very similar. Uruguay won it 19-9 in the first quarter, but so far both these two teams not great from the perimeter. 3 for 8, 2 for 11. Uruguay odd 9 for 17, while Puerto Rico now 9 for 21 from within the rainbow. Just edging out the Uruguayans on the rebounds, 18-16, but the team's now with 6 and 5 assists and 5 and 4 steals, but that is as it ends here. That is as it will end here at the end of the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, go get a drink, go get something to eat. Don't go anywhere too long, because we'll be back for the second half of the final game of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. The winner goes to China, the loser stays home.
Usa la tabla, le contigo ahorita. Ahí va a caer el tiro libre. Como el tiro de la falla de nuevo. Vamos, llévate algo, llévate algo. Llévate algo, le queda un poco de segundo. Vamos a ver. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Y ahora nuestro próximo participante lo es Manuel Rodríguez. Manuel, ¿de dónde tú eres, caballo? ¿Dónde está la gente de Caguas? ¿Dónde está la gente de Caguas? Bueno, nos fuimos en 3, caballo, como el más que sabe, el hombre látigo. Buenas noches, señores, que sigan disfrutando.
Oye, gracias a usted que nos ha partido hoy. Si vamos a estar ricos esta lotería electrónica, lotería tradicional, pero ahora llega el momento del seguro obligatorio de la cooperativa de seguros fuertes de Puerto Rico. Y vamos a ver a quién confiando que viene con las ganas en el juego pasado contra Argentina, pero hoy le toca contra Uruguay. Así que vamos a ver si es verdad que quiere estar bien. Y me dicen que hay 3 personas que van a estar confiando también, imitando lo mismo que hace gente. Vamos a ver si es verdad que está listo por $100 del seguro obligatorio de la cooperativa de seguros múltiples de Puerto Rico. Ahí va y ¡guau! Bueno, aquí tengo el próximo participante. ¿Cuál es su nombre, caballero? Jorge. Jorge, adelante, Jorge, con los $100. ¿Cuánto dicen que Jorge bloquea por 100 pesos? ¿Cuántos dicen que no? Vamos a ver si es verdad que el hombre está ready con los $100 del seguro obligatorio de la cooperativa de seguro múltiple. ¡Ay, ay, ay! Bueno, y ahora va la chica. Venga para acá, jovencita. ¿Dónde están las mujeres? Vamos a ver si es verdad cuánto dicen que las mujeres lo logran también. Bueno, ¿qué pasa? Yeye, no vengas a enamorar a la participante, Yeye. Tú no puedes enamorarla. Yeye quiere comprometerte. ¿Usted aceptaría compromiso con Yeye? Espérate, ¿qué dice el público? ¿Se casa Yeye? ¿Cuántos dicen que no se case? ¿Usted acepta a Yeye para que sea su futuro esposo? No aceptó Yeye, pero entonces, si no aceptó a Yeye, es porque hay otra persona que a usted le interesa más que Yeye. ¿Usted cree que sí? Bueno, vamos a ver, ¿será el que se encuentra en la parte de atrás? ¿Será? ¿Será? ¿Será el que se encuentra en la parte de atrás? Señoras y señores, ¡ay, no hay compromiso en la sexta ventana! ¡FIBA Coliseo! ¡Roberto Clemente!
Y Baby Jackson, ¿quieres ser mi esposa?
¿Usted acepta o no acepta? ¿Qué dice el público? Damas y caballeros, el momento de la verdad ha llegado. Vamos a ver. Y ahora, a quien le dijiste que no. Y a él, ¿qué le decimos? ¡Que sí! Ahí está el abrazo. Ahí está el beso, señoras y señores. ¡Ay, boda! ¡Ay, boda! ¡Ay, boda! ¡Ay, boda! Dame tiempo, déjalo a ellos. Bueno, y recuerda que si en boda hace falta un animador, cualquier cosa me llama, que si me invitan voy, no, negro, tú te quedas. El que estaba aquí era yo, así que tú te quedas. Señores y señores, gracias a nuestros amigos. Recuerden que a la hora de usted que renovar su malvete, márcalo, fírmalo y asegúralo con el seguro obligatorio de la cooperativa de seguros múltiples de Puerto Rico. Una compañía 100% puertorriqueña. Y no olvides que cuando usted tiene un accidente, si usted fue el que lo causó, con una sola llamada usted abre su reclamación. Y si usted fue afectado, usted cobrará el mismo día y por depósito directo. Así que recuerden que me lo trae nuestros amigos del seguro obligatorio de la cooperativa de seguros múltiples de Puerto Rico. El que tienes que escoger. Te presenta la música de J Magic 97.3 a Joaquín Obvio.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half of this final game of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers in a do-or-die game for both of these two teams. Now remember, if Puerto Rico loses, there's still the possibility they could go through depending how other results go in their favor between Dominican Republic and Brazil. But I'm sure neither team wants to take that chance. For Uruguay, it's do or die for them. Nonetheless, they must win. If they lose, they'll be staying home this summer, and they'll be watching from the living room as Puerto Rico would go on. But Uruguay were up by 10 points at the end of the first quarter, and they were the victims of their own downfall, the architects, if you like, of their own downfall. Again, they got to keep composed. Well, he had a big role in the second quarter because, again, he was the second string big man coming in and just giving every effort. Offensive rebounds, just trying to make sure Puerto Rico stayed in the game. But Rivera, with his 8 points, 1 3-pointer, and 5 free throws back-to-back. Uruguay did pick up a technical foul in the second quarter, but, again, they've got to remain composed. They've got to play with their heads. You can see the fans traveling from Montevideo, possibly. They look on a little bit anxiously. Knowing their team, they cannot afford to lose this game. You win, you go to China. You lose, you stay home in Montevideo all summer. There you can see 19-year-old Joaquin Rodriguez, the future of Uruguayan basketball. He's come on and played a few minutes tonight, had 1 3-pointer, he couldn't get it. Had a big game for himself. And they lost to the United States in the fourth window. Again, Uruguay will be thinking how to develop him and how to make him the focal point for the future of this national team program.
Sale el 3, sale el 1 y el 2 está aquí y el 3 está acá. So when he gets this pick, he's gonna pop. Y él se esconde, ataca, va por el medio. ¿Está bien?
Starts with this energy and the defense, man.
Hey, it's us, energy out there in defense.
Well, Batista's their top scorer so far with 10 points, but again, trying to get him in and out as fit as possible. They got to play him alongside, subbing him with Attila Passos. The longer Batista's in the game, the better Uruguay play, but you can see Puerto Rico going to get the first possession of the second half now. And so Uruguay get the first possession, but Fittipaldo now gets a handoff with Barrera. Well, they go down low, the big man now. Here's where he's going to try and isolate. Kicks out to Perotti. Perotti comes off a screen aggressively. Well, throws it away. And again, Uruguay right now, loss of identity. All started since the second quarter. Brown now on the ball, gets a pick and pop with Sanchez, gets in the corner, Huertas pump fakes, steps back now. Did he have his foot on the line? Sinks it, a long two-pointer. He puts Puerto Rico up by 8 points. Calfani now looking for Barrera. We're trying to get it to Batista. Big man now, he's got 3 seconds, got to shoot it. Batista down the middle, a little hook shot now. Batista just going to work. And Uruguay know where their bread is butter. And right now it's Esteban Batista as he now moves up to 12 points. Brown now off to Holland. Looking for options now. 6 on the shot clock. He's got to get something going in the basket. Well, down low, big man. Big man goes all the way. Missed the layup. And now Perotti can break in transition. Now Uruguay looking for Batista. Get it to the big man. Gets a handoff. Kicks out to Barrera. Comes off the foot of Sanchez, so it will be a fresh on the 14. So we'll be sideline ball now to Uruguay. Into Fittipaldo now, down to Perotti. Perotti all the way with a little teardrop layup off the glass. A strong layup by the young point guard. Brown comes up one screen, tries to take it in, kicks out to Sanchez. And Brown time and space, kicks off. And a foul there. It's on Fittipaldo. Well, Bruno Fittipaldo now, not sure if that's his third or his second personal foul of the game, but he's got to be careful. Brown now goes pick and roll. With Diaz, Brown takes in the lane. Tries a crossover, goes baseline again. Gets caught out. Holland's made 2 threes. Doesn't get the third one. Batista with a rebound. And now Uruguay can break. What a pass! Calfani with the easy dunk in transition. Oh, great fast break basketball from Uruguay. Cut it down to a 2-point ball game now. Calfani gets his 4th point of the game. He's 2 for 4 from the field. Well, backdoor pass. They turn it over again. And now Barrera comes up with it. Perotti comes up with a loose ball. And Uruguay can tie the game up with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. Perotti crosses over. Perotti kicks out. Another forced pass, another turnover. Second time he's done that. Look at this for a pass, transition, and then the easy little dunk. Well, Calfani with a throwdown just in transition. Brown now heavily guarded. Huertas now on the ball, guarded by Rodriguez. Huertas all the way off the backboard, and he just gives it a little kiss off the glass. Strong move. Puts it back up to a 4-point ball game now. Uruguay 32, Puerto Rico 36. Barrera time and space. Now he's not a 3-point shooter. Doesn't have a very quick release to get a shot off in that situation. 4 on the shot clock now. Batista has got to get a shot off. Batista down the middle. Another hook shot. The big man's going in like Kareem the Dream. It looks like he got a little bit of shot to the groin there, but now he moves up to 14 points. Top scorer in the game, Esteban Batista. Well, Brown made a cut to the basket. He was wide open. Huertas didn't see it. 5 on the shot clock now. Huertas, he's made 1 big shot. Doesn't get this one. Calfani with a rebound. And now Uruguay can tie the game up. Barrera off to Batista. Perotti tries to go baseline now. No options to go to. Kicks out. Well, great cut by Calfani. Barrera's got to shoot it. Takes the 3-pointer. And Uruguay take the lead by 1. Well, we talked about not having a quick release. And again, just got the shot off. And again, it's a bit of an awkward shooting form he's got. Brown now. Well, calls the foul. And 1. GB Gary Brown's going to go to the free throw line to make it a 3-point play. I think that's Fittipaldo's 3rd personal foul of the game, so he's going to have to go to the bench now. Well, the foul's on Perotti, sorry. What a shot by Brown. Well, here was the cut to the basket by Calfani. Spotting Barrera, kick out to the shooter. Gave him a 1-point lead. Look at this, down the middle, like a hook shot, the sky hook. Well, this guy's unstoppable. And look at him, just take a little shot to the groin. Makes the free throw, puts Puerto Rico back up by 2 points. Well, 7 rebounds and 8 assists away from a double-double. And again, he's having a great game tonight. Well, an offense, no, not an offensive foul. Fouls on Collier, sorry. He just gives a nasty shot to Batista. Well, that's Collier's 3rd personal foul of the game, so won't be surprised. Yeah, he's going to go to the bench now. Lopez comes back into the game. Only Luciano Parodi and Bruno Fittipaldo, which is their main backcourt, have 3 fouls for Uruguay, so they got to be smart as well. Parodi's still in the game. He can't afford Parodi to get any more foul trouble. Offensive foul on Batista. Well, that's his 1st personal foul of the game. Well, if you're Parodi, you don't want to put too much pressure on Brown. I mean, I would make a switch if I was Uruguay right now, but again, very risky. I mean, they got Santiago Vidal on the bench. I mean, they could bring him in, but they're going to keep Parodi in the game. And here comes the isolation now against Brown. Takes it in with his left, all the way off the backboard, smooth as you like the little Iceman with the finger roll. Puts Uruguay back up by 4. He now has moved up to 15 points, top scorer in the game. Parodi now gives up. Back to Barrera, time and space, crosses over, off to Batista, reverse layup, and the big man moves up to 16. Now he's back to top point scorer in the game. With the assist again from Gustavo Barrera. Batista now 7 for 9 from the field. Well, Rodriguez just gives up another foul. I mean, that's the 4th team foul for Uruguay. Uruguay just aren't playing with any discipline at the moment. Again, young player. Got to mature his game at this level. It's now Fittipaldo. Parodi, sorry, goes out of the game as Santiago Vidal's back in. Well, Vidal only has 1 personal foul, so Huertas catch and shoot from the perimeter. Doesn't get the 3-pointer. Calfani got the rebound, but just secured it. And now again, Uruguay can tie this game up. He's got Vidal wide open in the corner. Kicks out Barrera. Takes another 3. Barrera way off the mark, under the basket. Easy rebound. And Batista ties it up. Well, Batista looks like he's enjoying himself too much right now, but he's got to stay focused. Tie game at 41 apiece. And Rodriguez guarding Huertas. Ricky Sanchez hasn't taken a shot tonight, interestingly enough, but Brown now through in the shot clock. Crosses over. He's got to shoot it, takes it, end of the shot clock, doesn't get it. Lopez with a rebound, and he goes up with the offensive rebound. Well, that's what he's in there for. Muscle around, battle with Batista. Gets his first 2 points of the game. Barrera gives up to Batista. Batista backs down, comes a double team, kicks out Vidal. Rodriguez, big 3, doesn't get it. Calfani gets called for the push in the back. And then Calfani does something that no Uruguay player have done tonight. Foul was called, put his hand up straight away, and that's what they should have been doing all night. Keeping his cool there. I mean, it's a foul, no doubt. Slight push in the back. Right there, just acknowledges a call. Well, that's composure from a pro athlete right there. Clemente is going to come back in the game for Puerto Rico. I'm not sure what was called there. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a regular foul or probably the players didn't line up properly. So, yeah, when these players don't line up for the free throw, it's almost like a technical or an unsportsmanlike foul has been called, but makes the second one, puts him up by 3 points. Clemente comes in for the sub. Provisional substitution now. Ricky Sanchez shot the free throw. Vidal all the way, no foul called. Batista comes up with a loose ball now. Telling the shot clock, Barrera's got to get something going. Down low to Calfani. Calfani down the middle, kicks out. Rodriguez is tied 2 threes, doesn't get it again. Again, youngster, he's got to make those shots at this game, this kind of magnitude. Coach puts you in. Brown now on the ball, looking for the isolation. Comes off one screen, takes it in with his left. Brown looking for options, kicks out. Well, Clemente tries a 3, doesn't get it. Batista with a rebound. Now Uruguay can tie this game up again. Handoff of Rodriguez, back to Vidal. Down low to Batista now. This is where they've been dominant. Batista goes baseline. He's got to shoot it. Barrera can tie it up. Oh, gets the ball caught, and it's a defensive violation. Well, Attila Passos now is going to come into the game for the last minute 17 just to relieve Batista a few minutes. But again, when Batista's not in the game, Uruguay very vulnerable. And somebody needs to jump up and knock the ball off the rim. Puerto Rico going to make that change as well, as Clavel's going to come back in the game. Rivera is also back in. If Uruguay don't foul, don't send Puerto Rico to the free throw line. Down the middle, Clavel looking for a dish off. What a pass! Lopez just finishes underneath the basket. Again, beautiful play, penetration. Not a kick out, but a dish off. Fittipaldo comes off one screw of Passos. Pulls up for a quick 3, forced the shot. Or Uruguay right now, just all over the place. Again, just losing the composure. It looks like Uruguay going to make another sub. And it looks like Kira Washman's going to come into the game. Washman hasn't featured once tonight. He gives Calfani a breather now for the last 45 seconds. This is where Puerto Rico's been very dangerous in the half court, moving the ball, getting some good looks, but Clavel looking for a handoff with Rivera. Rivera's made one big 3. Can't get this one. Vidal with a rebound. Well, now Uruguay can get the last shot here in the third quarter. Ten seconds now. He's going to run this one down. Barrera on the ball. Cross the wall. Gets a hard foul there. It's only the second team foul for Puerto Rico, so it's a good foul. Well, Mexica comes in for Huerta, so probably just get Huertas out of any more foul trouble. Picks up his second person. They want him for the... Again, they can see Barrera still negotiating with the referee. Again, you got to win. You got to commit, maintain your composure. Well, Passos now catches the pass. Gets rejected. Wow, what a defensive play by Lopez. Puts the shot up off the backboard. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the third quarter, right now it's Puerto Rico still in control of this one, leading by 5 points. Uruguay, right now they get close, but just not composed enough at the moment. Well, there was the block. Get out of here. This is my house, says Lopez.
World. The FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it.
Well, 1 quarter to go right now. Puerto Rico in control of this one, leading by 5 points. Both teams now only 3 3-point field goals each between them, and 15 field goals from within the rainbow. And right now, Uruguay just aren't cool enough to win this. I mean, not keeping their composure. I think what they're trying to discuss is the jump ball situation. There's a jump ball situation. They're trying to argue the arrow should change, but I don't understand that one either, to be honest. But ladies and gentlemen, 4th quarter. Who's going to win this one? Winner goes to China. Loser stays home. Until Pasos there commits an early foul. Again, if it's one thing, if Uruguay don't win this game, it's just been the discipline. They're in total control of this game. At the end of the first quarter, leading 19-9, but since then, it's just been downfall after downfall. They've been the architects of it. It's a handoff now, Vidal. Down the middle, will lose the ball, keeps it alive, and it gets it a little teardrop. And he puts Puerto Rico up by 7. Fittipaldo wide open to get a ball reversal. Barrera's got to shoot it. Back out to Vidal. Vidal takes a 3-pointer, doesn't get it. And again, foul underneath the basket. Looks like it's on Clemente. Will be a baseline ball now to Uruguay. Well, there was the 3 from Vidal, a little bit short. Again, Clemente just dragging down Washman. Into Fittipaldo. Comes off the screen hard. Tries to go baseline, gets it knocked out of his own hands now. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Uruguay ball. Well, Uruguay's got 5 seconds. Get the ball inbound, get a shot off. Inbound it. Washman from 15 feet takes a jump shot, doesn't get it. And Uruguay just can't buy a basket at the moment. Well, Lopez, why not? Thought about it, didn't pull the trigger. Barrera now, tough shot. Oh my Lord, what a jump shot right off the dribble. Clavel's just taking this game over as he puts Puerto Rico up by 9. Brody comes off a screen. Down low's got to make this big three. Sinks it. Well, it just gives Uruguay a little bit of a lifeline there. Fittipaldo with a huge three-pointer. Rivera all the way, doesn't get it. Washman gets a rebound. Wait, turn it over. And again, wasn't aware. Well, again, Uruguay just don't take care of the basketball. Well, they got a mismatch surely somewhere. If Rivera's being guarded by Passos. Well, deep three up. Doesn't get it. Fittipaldo with a rebound. And now Uruguay can chip into the deficit. Gets it off now to Fittipaldo on the wing, back to Barrera. Barrera comes off the screen. Down low to Washman. Well, completely throws it away. And now Clavel almost turns it over. Ball's on the floor. Rivera comes up with it. Down the lane. Boy, this is a big three. Makes it. Doesn't get it. Oh, wasted opportunity there for Puerto Rico. Well, that would have been huge if Javier Mojica had made that one. Gets the ball in the corner. 3 won't count. We got Calfani and Batista on the bench right now. I mean, there's 2 players that really need in the lineup. Sideline ball now to Uruguay as they trail this one by 6 now with 7:18 to go here. Last quarter of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. On the ball now, draws another foul. Now that's a 3rd team foul for Puerto Rico already here in the 4th quarter. Well, that's good for Uruguay because if they can get the penalty early. Well, Huertas is back in as Mojica goes to the bench. Washman now off to Vidal. Vidal just keeps his dribble light. Pick and roll. He was looking for the roll, but Passos not going to the basket. Passos tries to jump hook. And the offensive foul as Clemente takes the charge. Well, now you can see he's going to bring in Batista. And he's going to bring in Perotti as well. Well, I mean, simply, Passos just doesn't roll quick enough, just stays there too long. Well, Brown's also back in the game for Puerto Rico, so this could be problems for Uruguay. Well, here comes the pick and roll now with Lopez. Well, gets stripped, gets a steal. Great defense there by Fittipaldo. Uruguay with the strongest lineup, minus Calfani. Down low to Batista, gets a handoff. Down low to big man goes baseline, draws a 4th team foul. So now Puerto Rico, 1 foul away from putting Uruguay into the penalty with 6:13 to go here in the 4th quarter. Ricky Sanchez comes in along with Collier. So Clemente goes to the bench. Gets the ball inbound now to Parodi. Looking for the handoff now. 4 on the shot clock. He's got to get something going. Spins around. Got to shoot it. No shot clock violation there. No shot available. Uruguay just running out of ideas at the moment. And now they got to do it all over again on defense. But again, he must be very frustrated. But you know what? Questions should be asked. You got to keep your composure. And since the second quarter, they just haven't done that. Brown now off one screen. Collier looking for an option. Down the lane, makes a little bump, another teardrop, gets it to go. Well, big shot. And now we got a timeout as Uruguay are down by 8. We have just under 6 minutes to go here in their final quarter of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. You can see 2 players now with 3 fouls, but that's the least of their worries right now. Right now, Uruguay is struggling to get a good shot off. They haven't scored since the 3-pointer from Parodi. Batista still their top scorer of 18 points. Has 7 rebounds, 3 away from his double-double. Gary Brown's their top scorer, followed up by Holland, who has 10 points. Again, only Clemente and Collier in foul trouble so far. Puerto Rico in total control of this. 5:45 to go. 5:45 away from booking the tickets to China, going to the World Cup. Now Uruguay must play composed with 5.5 to go. Tries to go baseline, tries to dish it off, almost loses it. Well, Parodi's got to make the 3. Puts it up, doesn't get it. Batista with a rebound. Backs down against Sanchez in the lane. Well, that's a 15 foul, so Batista will go to the free throw line now. These are big free throws. He's got to make free throws. Doesn't get the first one. Again, free throw is so important at this level. Makes the second one. Cuts it down to a 7-point ball game. Now Uruguay just trying to put a bit of full court pressure. Tries to go all the way. Another teardrop, doesn't get it. And again, the full court pressure kind of works a little bit. It's 50 Powder now, comes off one screen. Well, Washman just able to keep it alive. And again, well, it takes a deflection. Looked like he threw it away from this angle, but Uruguay looked like they're playing a little bit anxiously out there. We're getting down to Parodi now, off the Washman. Down low to Batista, 5 on the shot clock. Batista's got to go to work. Kicks out, big three's got to make it. Doesn't get it. Well, they secure the rebound. Again, Uruguay just fighting for their lives now. Barrera spins around down the middle, puts up his own teardrop, doesn't get it. Well, nothing dropping right now for Uruguay. And now Puerto Rico under 4.5 away here from booking the tickets to China. Can they do it? Brown comes off one screen. Brown in the lane. Brown dished it off. Was got to go up with it. Well, pulls up for an awkward three, takes it. Doesn't get the drop. Another offensive rebound. But doesn't take this one, takes a tougher one. Sinks that one from downtown. He puts Puerto Rico up by 10. Well, what a three-point shot by Clavel. Hits his first 3 of the game. Barrera. And an offensive foul is now on Batista. Uruguay have self-destructed. Well, now 3:50 to go here. Can Puerto Rico hold on to the lead? Again, Batista, just a little fling of the arm. Well, Brown now shakes and bakes. Has to pull this one out. 10 on the shot clock now. This is Gary Brown time. Isolation. Got it by Parodi. Gives up Clavel. Hit 1-3. Takes another one. Gets fouled. And again, Barrera commits a foul. I mean, Uruguay's defense is just so ill-disciplined right now. Giving up rebounds, fouling three-point shooters. Second time it's happened tonight. I mean, look at Barrera. I mean, it's Parodi, actually. Luciano Parodi just walks into him. They've called the foul on Barrera, but they both made the contact. So now Clavel will shoot 3 free throws. Barrera still arguing with the referees. I mean, he's been doing it all night long. They just haven't been composed enough tonight. Clavel makes the first free throw. Just gets the second one. Well, he puts him up by 12 points now with 3.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Well, he now moves up to 9 points. I mean, he's 1 for 5 from the three-point line, but again, it's just, he takes three-pointers and people, I'm sorry, the Uruguayan defense just run out to him, make the contact. I mean, any contact on a shot is going to be a foul regardless. Well, now Puerto Rico, Clavel trying to get him into it. Up by 13, 3.5. China on the horizon here in San Juan. Batista's their top scorer so far with 19 points. It's 2 rebounds away. Sorry, 1 rebound away from a double-double, but in composure, game they have to win. They just haven't been cool enough tonight.
Going this side. Open. Straight pick and roll. The clock is our friend. Hey, yo, listen.
Again, Uruguay haven't had a point from the bench tonight. So the starting lineup who've played, nobody's contributed from the bench. That's just a huge, huge difference. Well, Zion Clavel now with 10 points in the game. Bit of a streaky shooter, but again, the fact is he elevates so high and just so good at the step back. Once he's up in the air, he's able to draw that contact. Well, now it's do or die for Uruguay here in the last 3.5 minutes. They gotta get something now. And Calfani's back in the game. And again, whenever they've needed in the lineup, Powder goes baseline now. He gets fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Well, the foul is on Huertas, but well, these are big, big free throws. I mean, right now, everything's got to count for Uruguay. Makes the first one. But, you know, where's it all gone wrong for Uruguay? I mean, first quarter, total control of this game. Second quarter, emotions just got the best of them. Rivera went to the free throw line for 5 attempts and then got a 3-point. Since then, Puerto Rico have just been in total control of this game. And now the full court pressure from Uruguay. Sanchez is going to bring the ball up. Again, what is Calfani? Why is he fouling him? What is Calfani doing? I mean, he just goes out and body checks him basically. And he looks at the referee. I mean, it's a foul. He's got no argument there. Composure, not cool enough. Can't get back into this. I mean, Ricky missed the first free throw. You know, Matias Calfani is champion of Liga dos Americas last year. Probably going to win another one with San Lorenzo de Almagro. Probably one of Uruguay's most experienced players. Well, hits a second free throw. Well, you know, he hasn't taken a 3-point shot tonight, which he usually likes to, but now with 3:10 to go here, Uruguay trail by 12. Now Puerto Rico put on their full court pressure. Now Parodi now gives up to Calfani. Pereira looking for options. Gives up to Batista. Batista gets double teamed. Barrera in the lane. Barrera goes up with a layup off the backboard, cuts it down to a 10-point ball game. Well, this game far from over with 2:47 to go. As Barrera picks up his 9th point of the game. He's 3 for 5 from the field. I mean, this is a strong move, but you know, this is what they've needed in the last 3 quarters since the first quarter.
Hey, David, Steph, David, John, aquí quiero a Gary y aquí quiero a Gian. ¿Está bien? Boom, boom. If I get the ball or I don't get the ball, John.
GB Gary Brown now top scorer still with 15 points. Has 3 rebounds as well and 2 assists. He's probably been their best player tonight. Again, Uruguay only 6 points from the turnover as well. Puerto Rico, they have dominated that stat, 27-6. And if you look at which team's probably deserving to win right now, it is looking like the home side, because Uruguay, as fantastic as they are, we're in total control of this game in the first quarter. And again, inexperience, emotions just got the best of them. They have dominated the fast break 12-2, but that was all in the first quarter. Well, this is do or die. Well, now they got Batista on the bench, which is a very interesting substitution. So they're going with a small lineup. Now Brown on the ball. Again, don't foul him. Don't send him to the free throw line. Holland now. And Barrera got him. Brown now 10 on the shot clock. Again, he's gonna ball. Picks his pocket. And now Barrera all the way. Barrera lays it up. It's an 8-point ball game. Well, he took a chance at reaching in, but again, well, another steal possibly. Again, Calfani trying to say it came off him, but Puerto Rico now, 2:19 to go. Gotta hold the nerve. Now Puerto Rico make a change. Rivera comes back in the game. Well, let's see from that angle. It's tough to see, to be honest, but looks like it definitely comes off Calfani, so it's a right call from the official. Well, steal it again. Well, corner, big three, takes it, doesn't get it. Offensive rebound, another one. Doesn't get it again, no rebounders under the basket. Well, they could have gone for the two. And again, completely blew it. Holland comes off a screen. And Washman got in Holland. Again, don't need to foul him. 10 on the shot clock. And now Brown going to isolate against Fittipaldo. Spins around, hangs in the air, doesn't get it. Washman with a rebound. Uruguay another chance now. Barrera jumps in the air with a pass. Kicks out, big three. 6 to triple. It's a 5-point ball game. This game is not over. Uruguay, just a little bit of life left in them. Timeout now to Puerto Rico. Well, this is big now for Puerto Rico because they have to hold their composure at the moment. They cannot blow this lead. Well, Uruguay 5 for 22 from the perimeter, and Puerto Rico not much better, 4 for 17. Neither team really shooting well from three-point land. You know, Uruguay's big thing is full court pressure, force them into a steal. It cannot afford to foul them. Can't afford to send them to the free throw line. If you're Puerto Rico, you know, make a bit of contact, sell a little bit, get to the free throw line. Well, this is a 5-point ball game now off that big three-pointer from Barrera. Well, there was the missed shot from Brown, and again, it was the transition. Again, this is just a huge three-pointer. It just breathes a little bit of life back into them. Penetration, kick out. Barrera hits his second tray of the game. Just a bit of life now in Uruguay. Gustavo Barrera now is up to 14 points now. This is going to be a big possession for Puerto Rico. We're looking to get it inside the Brown. Washman now. And a foul's been committed. Well, Brown's going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Now, is it Brown or is it? Again, that wasn't a smart move by Uruguay. I mean, what's Washman? So it looks like now Collier is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, these are big free throws for Collier. Doesn't get it. The pressure, the nerves. He's got his arms all over. I mean, it's a foul. He's got no arguments. Missed them both. Well, he secured the rebound with Calfani, and now Uruguay with another opportunity to chip into this lead. Perotti pick and roll. Down to Washman. Washman, corner. It's a big three. Doesn't take it. Draws a foul. So now Fittipaldo is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, Rivera committed the foul. And this crowd stunned into silence right now. Very nervous. Well, these are huge, huge free throws now for Fittipaldo. Gets the first one, 4-point ball game. When you talk about holding your nerve right now, the adrenaline going through this young man. He's now up to 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Makes them both. 3-point ball game now to Puerto Rico. Well, they were up by 13 points with literally a minute and a half played. And now that 13-point lead has been chopped down to 3. Now, if you're Puerto Rico, you still don't need to foul. And now Brown gets it inbound. Big possession now. Again, don't foul him. Crosses over now. Looking for the handoff. 6 on the shot clock now. He's got to get something going to the basket. Big, big 3. Sinks the triple. It is Buenos Noches here in San Juan. What a 3-pointer. And now Uruguay have to call timeout. Unbelievable play by Clavel. What a 3. Well, that was only a second 3-pointer of the game, but what a 3-pointer to hit in such a precious situation. That could have been the big 3 that could secure their tickets to China. But ladies and gentlemen, we got 52 seconds to go. It's only a 6-point ball game. Well, Uruguay have actually out-rebounded Puerto Rico. And again, not a lot to differentiate these two teams, but just crucial shots. It all started in the second quarter with a technical foul and the 5 free throws for Rivera. Well, the one thing I said, you can't differentiate. There you obviously can. 29 bench points for Puerto Rico. Now, if you're Uruguay, you don't necessarily have to go for a 3 right away, but it's a huge, huge 3-pointer. That is as big as it gets. For Uruguay, I'd go for the easy 2. Get in the lane, get fouled, get to the free throw line, go for an N1 possibly. A sideline ball now to the Uruguayans. Fittipaldo now, 54 seconds to go. Can they save the season? Well, we got to get it inbound. Get into Washman. Handoff now, Barrera back to Washman. Fittipaldo in the lane, draws a foul. So he'll go to the free throw line. Well, that 3 won't count. Well, these are now big, big free throws. He's got to make these both. Clavel picks up his second personal. Well, that won't matter right now. Well, he's made his last 4 free throws. And these are going to be huge. Gets the first one. And again, what a play to hold his nerve. Gets them both. 4-point ball game. Uruguay not going away yet. Holland now inbounds the ball. If Uruguay, you don't need to foul. Don't need to foul. Takes it in the lane. Kicks out. Could be Buenos Noches. Doesn't get it. Gets his own rebound. Now they got a foul. Well, the offensive rebound just killed it for them. And this is now big from Brown. Well, that offensive rebound they didn't get could have cost Uruguay a trip to China. And all Brown's got to do is hit these 2 free throws. Well, from Trujillo Alto, Puerto Rico, play West Virginia. Makes the first one, puts them back up by 5. Well, big free throw for this young man here. Only 25 years of age. Doesn't get it. Uruguay with another chance possibly. And now, what do you go for? Do you go for the 3? Puts it up. Gets the 3-pointer. It's a 2-point ball game. They got a foul. Well, that was a huge 3-pointer. My Lord. Well, now Puerto Rico have to make these free throws. They've missed some huge free throws. I mean, look at this for a 3. This is unbelievable. Kicks it out. 1 dribble, step back. Look at that go up. Nothing but net. Huertas has to make these both. Make it both. We go to China. Gets the first one. Well, if he misses this one, they've got to secure the rebound. And this is now a big free throw crowd. Silence on his feet. If he makes it, this is going to be a big roar. Big free throw coming up. Doesn't get it. Calfani. And now Uruguay with a chance to tie the game up. It's a big 3. Doesn't get it. Out of bounds. Puerto Rico are going to the FIBA World Cup. Uruguay had 1 chance. They couldn't make it. My word, what a game it was. Well, that 3-pointer, unlucky for Perotti. He's made some great shots tonight. Very unfortunate. 1.5 left. And again, I'm so impressed. He even got the shot off. Unbelievable. Makes it. That is truly game over now. Puerto Rico are going to China. You can start to book the tickets. And now, last free throw from the Flying Dutchman. It doesn't matter. Buenos noches, ladies and gentlemen. Puerto Rico are going to the FIBA World Cup. Look at the celebrations. Look what it means to all these fans here in San Juan. They can book the tickets. They're on their way. What a game it was. First quarter, they looked like they weren't in it, but in the end, these boys, and credit to Uruguay, fighting back, giving it everything they had. What a game of basketball it was. Unbelievable stuff in these 2 teams. Well, that is a game for the ages, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams in it to win. Both teams, the winner would secure a place in China. Uruguay were in total control of this. Composure in the second, third quarter, but what a fight back. Down by 13. 1 shot could have tied it up. Perotti, what a player this guy is. And again, take nothing away. Clavel with some big shots down this long run of this game. He's going to China. Puerto Rico fans, you can start to book the tickets. You're going to the World Cup. It's a que sera moment now for these fans here in San Juan, sorry. What a game of basketball. Well, we started 15 months ago. They had one goal. That was to finish in the top 3. They had the United States. It was a tough, tough group for this team. But they are now going to the FIBA World Cup. What a game of basketball it was. They'll join the United States. They'll join Argentina. Mission impossible completed. They get the flag. They celebrate with the fans. Puerto Rico is going to mix it in with the big boys. And that is what it means to those fans here. Unbelievable stuff here tonight in San Juan. Now they can start to plan ahead. Who they'll match up against. What players? Well, they'll probably bring a lot of these players with them to China. Maybe a few additions. Who knows? Well, congratulations to the Puerto Rican national team as they come out victorious tonight. A lot of respect to Uruguay. Down by 13, giving it everything they had and coming back into this. Ricky Sanchez, 32 years of age, still playing in the Liga de las Americas. And what a game it was. Unbelievable stuff from this Puerto Rican national team. They're on their way to China. The celebrations can begin tonight here at San Juan. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Puerto Rico are going to the FIBA World Cup in China. And the fans now can start to look ahead of the summer. Well, if you look at the game stats, of course, Uruguay 17 for 30 from within the rainbow, 6 for 24. Puerto Rico 5 for 19 and 18 for 36 from within the rainbow. The free throws, big difference for Puerto Rico. They were out-rebounded 36 and 29 by Uruguay, but that just doesn't matter right now. Both teams with 10 assists, 7 and 8 steals between them. Just what a game of basketball it was. Uruguay had 9